Hello, everyone, and welcome into more Seven Wonders Duel here on the Sorcerer Network with the Pantheon expansion. Getting better, but still a lot to improve on. So we'll do the Pantheon. We're gonna be doing the Pantheon for a while, but then we're also gonna build on the expansions. We're gonna really we're gonna get into this. All right, that's a little bit, well, I guess not a super bummer. I mean, I would like Temple of Artemis, definitely. I don't love just getting one extra turn. But Divine... Oh. Well, that was unexpected. I'm going to have to watch a military. But, I mean, it's Temple of Artemis and Divine Theater, in my opinion. And then I'll happily take the glass. Along with whatever yellow card my opponent decides to not take, unless my opponent's like going like a heavy military game. Okay, no. All right, that is what I expected my opponent to do, and so that's what I will do. Assuming he's going to get rid of one of these. No, he goes for the science. Interesting. I'm going to have to watch a science victory here. That's going to be something we have to keep an eye out for. So we may have to do some science things defensively. I'm okay just getting 3 points. I think that's fine. Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, I'll happily take 4 coins. Heck yeah. I mean, I get the taking 3 points. That's perfectly fine. But, I mean, this is this person's first game on Board Game Arena. So, again, that doesn't mean that this person hasn't played before. But there might be some odd things that the person does if it's their first time. All right, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, the placement I have found of these is really the strategy is trying to see, okay, which one do I not care that my opponent can get versus not get? Like, there's knowing which ones are, I mean, it's not like there's 15 different options. There's only 3. So it like I can pretty much go with, all right, this is, I have a pretty good chance at knowing what these are. Great. I mean, I'm happy to do this. Excuse me. Really? Okay. I expected my opponent to take the science card, which was going to put us in a little bit of a pickle. But now, this is not as much of a pickle. Just taking that. This is a really nice, it's a really nice start. This is a really nice start. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep an eye out on this whole science thing. A little bit concerned about that right now. How concerned about it am I? I mean, I'm going to definitely do something with this card. Okay, that's fine. Okay. If my opponent is going to get... Well, actually, no, we can do this. Let's do this. And then, let's just discard this for coins. Yes to this. I'd rather have the gate here. But yeah, because then we can do Temple of Artemis again. Good news here is I will clearly have the resource advantage going into the next age. And I will get to go first. So that's nice. So yeah, we just discard this for coins. We got a nice little economy going. And then whichever one my opponent wants or doesn't want, it does not matter to me. I would like the wood, obviously, but I do not care. I can work with. This was a solid first age here. Getting theology wouldn't be the worst thing if I. Oh my gosh! I love it. I love it, and I will get to go first. So, I mean, I'm going first. And I'm going to grab... I'm going to grab this. I don't need to worry about this right now. That's a little bit of a bummer. Because I'm assuming my opponent's grabbing that, yes. Which now I think that does mean that I want this. Because I don't want my opponent to get that. I want to keep this resource advantage here. Yeah, the snake was why I didn't want to take these science symbols. I mean, I know my opponent has the mausoleum, but right now we have a big advantage in that realm. Excellent. I love that my opponent is discarding things. Okay, so I don't care about the third science symbol. I'll just pay 3 coins for this. I'll save I'm gonna save that 4 for the gate. Like if my opponent wants to pay 7 coins for this, go for it. I think that's just, yeah, that makes sense. So now, how do I play this? I think we do this. Okay. I want to... Do I want to steal a resource? That would be hilarious. No, I think I just want to steal a wonder. I think that's just always is the best option. And I'm going to take the discard pile away from him. I suppose I should have taken the progress token because then I could have done this. So yeah, like I don't mind constructing this. This is fine. Okay, that's slightly annoying, but I don't know, not that annoying. Okay, all right. I'm pretty okay with that. Yeah, I think all we have to worry about here is a science victory. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure we got this. Okay, so we just discard that. So I think this is a perfect, like, just use the gate, and I don't mind activating the -4, so I only have to pay 4 coins. All right, what do we got? I can steal the last resource. I can do one of these doodads, I can get 7 points. Probably just stealing the resource is what I want to do. Because, that's just hilarious. I honestly, this is just funny. You don't get any resources now. Just delightful. Maybe should have gone for points there, but whatever. I suppose I could grab the law if my opponent does not. Because why not? Okay. Maybe should have grabbed that earlier, but I don't think I care. I am going to have to watch The Last Age. This is not a slam dunk by any means, but I've got options. I could do this snake here, and I could grab this symbol and get, I don't know what, theology? Well, never mind. Yep, so my opponent had the same plan. Totally fine. Well, gonna do this now. I know that pushes my opponent's that pushes it over to my opponent's side, but I don't care. For how in control I feel of this game, I'm not feeling great about it. Which I think is one of the beauties of this, is that, in a lot of games you'd look at my opponent's board and go, oh my gosh, this person is completely getting hosed. But in this case, they're holding their own. Now, I do think that this is a situation where you go, they're holding their own now. But I talked about this in, I think, the last video. Okay, they're holding their own through about the second age, and then in the third age, it's just gonna be a problem. I don't really feel like I need the second papyrus. So, and I'm not going to be able to, so I think we just do this. Let's just get the 9 points. I might want to do, what's his face here? Anubis. Okay, I was like, does that trigger stuff? All right, so I would like to do this. I would like the 4 points. Assuming my opponent's going to discard this. My opponent has a decent economy. And I also do have the discard mausoleum. So I could go grab a war card as well. What's the plan here? Okay. I'm pretty cool with that. Yeah, sure. Excellent. And I'm happy to give you the glass. Have fun with that. No problems there. Okay, so I get to choose. I have at least one extra turn. Okay, well, I'm going first. I do have to watch the science victory, and I just do have to be aware of the military victory. I think I'm a little bit out of the woods there. But, as of right now, my opponent has no coins. So even if, military or science cards come up, my opponent now might be able to chain some of them, but can't really, pay for anything. Totally fine. You know, I don't want to reveal 2 cards here. I have the economy, I have the advantage. Why put myself at an unnecessary risk? That's dumb. Yeah, just let's let my opponent. I think we got to use the extra turn here because I got to discard. Yeah. So, yes. We're going to do this. And then I can actually just play this because the snake symbol's already been used. So yeah, now this forces my opponent. They're going to have to do something with this. I'm assuming they play it. It's free. It's points. Okay. I like that my opponent spent money. Curious what progress token they get. Instant cash, that makes sense. All right. I am okay if my opponent wants to spend 11 coins pushing the military over. That's totally fine. Yeah, absolutely. You do that. Now because now I can do yes, I can do this. I think this is a little bit of an unnecessary risk, but you know, so be it. I don't care about this points thing here. My opponent wants to get 12 points with this. Cool. Good on you. Yeah, so now this is great. I will happily do this. This pushes back any kind of military thing. I love that my opponent's not taking this. That's pretty excellent. I also do have, again, discard pile. I can go get something with the mausoleum, assuming I can keep the Colossus at bay. Totally fine. I don't understand why I wouldn't do this. At this point, I just want to push. I know what this card is, so that's the good news. Yeah, I gotta be careful. Just gotta be a little bit careful. I would not have done that if that was me, because I would have been screwed had one of these been my opponent taken this, and then I had to take this. I would have been screwed because if one of these was a science symbol, my opponent could grab it. Now, ultimately, it ended up being a moot point, but okay. So now we're in the clear. I don't, unless I'm like completely missing something. I do not see. I do not see how I lose this one. To the point where I'm just going to do this, and I know I'm going to lose some coins because my opponent, my opponent can't afford anything. So just depends on what my opponent wants to do. So yeah, this is I talked about this last video. If you miss out on resources in the first stage and you're far behind, you can very much hang in this game. My opponent, like from a score standpoint, was very much kind of hanging in the game. But then this third age, you just see how many points I was able to get. Oh yes, I love this. No, I don't need to send any message, but yes, I love this. But you can see, like, this wasn't even close, even though after the third age it was. I was able to get 21 points here. I was able to build my bank. Play some military cards, play some of these cards, get some science things, get some, like, it just, if you don't have any kind of infrastructure, you can be behind on resources, but if you don't have any kind of infrastructure, there's only so far you can go. You gotta hope for a random science victory or a random military victory or something like that. Otherwise, it's just not gonna happen. We're gonna get a a second crack at this one. So yeah, let's see how my opponent plays this one. All right, I must choose. Well, regardless of what the other wonders were, I'm taking the one that has the extra turn. This is an interesting set of opening cards here. All right, so once again, my opponent very much goes like military. Um, I'm gonna grab this. I want to see what my opponent does with that. Okay, great. So I'm happy to do this. I am happy to grab this one. And you know what? Well, no. I'm going to place it right here. Because, like, that's one that I would like to have with Temple of Artemis. But not like, oh my gosh, I need this. Curious what my opponent does here. Because on the one hand, you want the yellow card, but like grabbing resources is nice. And we'll see, like, yeah. So very happy with that. I wanted one of the wood, and had my opponent grab the other one, they would have had a potential to grab both wood. I'm pretty happy to grab a second commerce card here. Yeah, we'll play this, and I'm happy to stick that over there. I don't mind just a vanilla victory point thing being what I give my opponent. I'm pretty happy with that. If my opponent did not get a whole lot of resource cards, this is a decent economy game. Theology also is kind of a big deal. Okay, so I really don't. I hate putting Ra on the board because I think it's just too risky. I mean, I think my opponent probably plays a military card, but I'm. Don't like that. Okay. Just gonna discard for coins. I know that we've got that science symbol there, but I've already gotten rid of one, and there's potential for 4, but not guaranteed 4. Now the Mesopotamian one could prove something else, but now we've got the gate on our side. So like saving up coins for that, and we're also now, unless my opponent does not have. Oh, that's great. Yes, you put that there. So like I think that just continuing just kind of this coin thing, discarding now is great. And kind of keeping my opponent on the back foot here. So like very happy to grab this. My opponent cannot grab the wood reserve. So while I would have liked it, no problem. My opponent does not have any kind of economy going. Their discards are not going to be great. All this stuff on the other side is not stuff like if my opponent got the coin stuff for the stealing of a resource. Oh my gosh, yes. And yes, I am very happy. Honestly, I'm very happy to just discard this. I don't want that. I just don't want it. I'm assuming my opponent just takes the 3 points, which is fine. I'm happy to take the 4 coins. Happy to go into age with 20 coins and 3 commerce cards. Like that's my discard power is good. Oh, he just discards it. Well, I'm happy to do this. I think my opponent is trying to get cards to do this. Because this card might be 12 coins. Yeah, this says to me that like they want this card. Yeah. So yeah, I'm assuming he is gonna go for the 12 coins here. Now, interestingly enough, this is why I didn't want to play the science cards, because I did not want my opponent to be able to use the snake on me. Now, maybe I'm just being a little bit too paranoid, but There's no mausoleum, and I knew that I had placed this 9.1, so there's no the discard stuff isn't as big of a deal. So my opponent should I mean, I will happily do this. I know it gives up a progress token to my opponent. I'm assuming what my opponent wanted to do there was block me off from clay. I just am not sure it was worth giving up that. Curious what he grabs. He should grab theology here. Yeah. And then I am insanely happy to grab this. This protects me a little bit from Circus Maximus. That's a little bit of a bummer. But so be it. My opponent gets coins. It is what it is. Okay. Curious which one my opponent is going to do. Probably Circus Maximus? No. Spends the extra turn. Okay. Okay. What am I hoping to hit with the Gate and the Define Theater? I don't really want to steal a Wonder. Like, me. Yeah, I don't mind spending 3 coins here. Let's get some points on the board. Spend my money. Cause yeah, stealing a wonder isn't bad. I guess stealing a resource would be great. I wouldn't mind grabbing the 2 clay from my opponent. I'd be pretty okay with that. So stealing a resource, and then, I mean, I guess, maybe the discard pile is not horrible. I mean, grabbing the wood reserve wouldn't be bad. Grabbing whatever else my opponent discards here wouldn't be bad. We got some options here. I just don't think stealing a wonder is all that good. I mean, I guess it does, hurt my opponent, but just don't think it's all that good. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna use this, so I only pay 3 coins. Because I want to keep my economy up. So yeah. Well, this is tempting. But yeah, Ra is tempting here, but I don't know. I just don't want any of this. I think it's just better if I grab this double clay. I wanted that card anyway, so that's fine. And then I can actually, with Statue of Zeus, force my opponent to discard one of them. So that's, not all bad. I probably want to use Temple of Artemis here. And maybe try to use the Anubis. Anubis sounds better. Should have just said it with confidence. So I've gotten through life. Just say things with confidence and people think you know what you're talking about. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Nice. Nice. What do we got? Ooh, that is delightful. I will happily take that. I'm assuming my opponent is going to take the science card. Yes. So then what I can do is I can take this. This is now Circus Maximus insurance because my opponent wants to discard one of those. Great. Don't care. My opponent now does once again find himself without any money. What am I looking for with Divine Theater? I don't know. Okay, well, definitely do not want my opponent getting that. So yeah, we're just gonna do this, and then I want. Do I want something from the discard pile? Just get the wood reserve? Do I want the progress tokens? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna roll the dice on these progress tokens here. Yeah, like look at this. Look at the points we got from this. Look at how exciting this was. I don't know, I feel like that was worth it. We did that for 6 victory points. Seems pretty fine. Okay, so my opponent now is like, hey, I'm going to go military now. So that's going to be something we're going to have to watch. I'll just construct this. I don't know if my opponent wants to do this. Cool. I can probably pretty easily prevent a military victory. Well, what do we do here? We just discarded that? Okay. Okay. Cool. You know what? I think this is fine. Especially because if my opponent wants to spend 3 coins to, or even 2 coins, or all their coins to play whatever is on board. Happy with that. So again, this is another situation where I feel like I'm in control of the game, but just my opponent's not quite as far behind as they were last game, but I still feel like I'm in control, just not quite comfortable enough. Okay. That's fine. I am happy to grab a little bit more wood. That makes all of my wonders free, which is nice. So, I don't really want this. So let's do this. And then we're going to get rid of the wood, because now that drives the price of wood up for my opponent. If my opponent wants to get glass, so be it. Very happy to do that. And then I'm happy for well, actually, I think I'd rather just have the 7 coins here. Let's go into last stage with a lot of money. I think I can get more than 5 points here. So yes, I would like to go first, and I would like the points. So you can see here, I've just kind of, again, I've gotten the resource advantage on my opponent, and so now it's just the coin advantage is just going to become too much at some point. Love it. Love that you're doing that. I am happy to grab, again, I'm fine tempting my opponent to actually spend money on these things. Great. I mean, I do have to be careful now, but okay, yeah. So like, I need to play this because my opponent can play that. But excellent. Fine. Like, I think I just do this. I don't think my opponent can afford this. Yeah. That's the understatement of the year. Okay. All right. Well, I'm happy to do this. My opponent wants to continue to get rid of, like, the points there. That's fine. Yeah, see, I don't know why you wouldn't... I'm curious what my opponent's play there is. Like, why would you not... Like, that was free. I can understand if it was, like, all your coins, but that's free. I don't know why you're not playing that. It's hilarious that I have the Temple of Artemis and I haven't really needed to use it. Yeah, I'll just... Yeah, sure. I don't know if my opponent is just kind of... This is the waving the white flag. I'm not going to win, so I'm just going to discard everything. That might be what is happening here. Or is just trying to make sure... Either that, yeah, my opponent is just trying to go, you know what, I'm going to have enough for a military victory, so you know what, let's just make sure that no funny business happens here. Because, yeah, my opponent wants to try to, I think was trying to do Circus Maximus and Colossus here, and sneak out a military victory, which, I mean, again, at some point you just kind of have to commit to, this is what I'm doing. Oh, okay. That's fine. So I will do this just to make sure that my opponent does not get it and nothing funny happens. And then if my opponent would like to get 5 points, so be it. I am up 59-13, and I'm not concerned, especially with how much money I have. So yeah, really, what Seven Wonders, and this is even just the base game of Seven Wonders, the 7-player version. It's all about the first and second age is all about setting yourself up in the third age to be able to play the maximum amount of cards. Because if you can't play cards in the third age, that's where the big point values are coming. And so, while, it may not seem like you're doing a lot in the first and second age, or it's like, okay, I just have a bunch of resources, I have a bunch of infrastructure, that's fine. The infrastructure is what then propels you to all of these 7.7 point. I mean, in the last age alone, I'm pretty sure I grabbed, this is, let's say these last 4 I know that I grabbed. That's 14 plus 11. That is 25. So 25 out of the 43 points in blue was grabbed in the last stage. I grabbed these in the last stage. So that's 30 points. I grabbed these. That's 36 points. So almost half my points comes from this last age. And so that doesn't mean to totally discount. And because I had all this set up, being able to discard was great because I was able to have a bunch of coins. So what I did in the first 2 ages mattered. It got me points, but ultimately, pretty much 50% of my points I got in the third age. So, hey, if you're enjoying the content, like and comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time.